Today we're taking a look at UBX, also known as UBX Network. This is a cryptocurrency analysis and prediction. Welcome back to CryptoCash, your one-stop shop for cryptocurrency analysis. Before we take a look at UBX, please consider subscribing to get notified as soon as these videos are released. This gives you a head start so you can effectively plan out your trades and make an informed decision. I have years of trading experience, and my goal is to share my knowledge with the world. I always start off with the fundamentals and then dive deep into the technical data. I also provide you with action plans for the future so you know what I would do in each scenario as a day trader and a swing trader. Be sure to stick around to the end for all of my recommendations. Please note this is not financial advice. This video is designed for educational purposes only. Now let's get started with the fundamentals. UBX Network is a DAG blockchain hybrid designed to integrate blockchains of various types of consensus into a single peer-to-peer network. Users can create their own blockchains of various types, including private ones, using them to service their business process. At the same time, all created blockchains are in a single address space in a common network and can be integrated with each other without using any gateways. Total supply is 1 trillion. All right, before we get started, just a quick disclaimer here. Since UBX is only traded on Ethereum, I will be using this as a unit of measurement. So instead of using a bunch of zeros or dollars and cents, I will use round numbers to keep it simple. You've been warned. The price has changed dramatically in the past 48 hours, up over 45% in the past 24 hours alone. This currency is making higher highs. However, it's no longer doing so until recent when it hit its resistance level. And now it's making sharp increases and decreases as the bulls and bears are fighting it out. So you can kind of see a lot of volatility right now. This tells us the price is discovering itself. It's not abnormal at this point. On the 15-minute chart, the price is, however, respecting the 100-day moving average. Resistance level at 24 Ethereum. Previous resistance support at approximately 19.5. Previous resistance turn support at approximately 19.5 Ethereum. And now for the technical analysis. As you can see on the 15-minute chart here, the 50-day moving average was a support level, but is potentially a new resistance. The 100-day moving average, however, is working as a support line with a very small variance. It has been tested a few times and is still holding strong. Be prepared for this to become resistance line if the price drops below approximately 19.5 Ethereum. Also be ready for the price to break above the 50-day moving average resistance at 21.2 Ethereum. With the price being as violent as it has recently, we must look at other indicators. VWAP is my first recommendation. Big surprise, right? Because of the increase in volume recently. Another is the RSI because of how it tells us a lot about the price action. And if you're going long, anything under 40 is a good entry point. So let's talk about my action plan for day trading. What I would do in this scenario is wait 30 minutes after the currency is still respecting the support level of approximately 20. I'm referring to the 100-day moving average in this case. I'm also referring to two green bars. In other words, if either bar closes red, then I would probably wait. I would also wait for another signal like the momentum for the MACD or RSI to be under 70. Once I get my signal, and I have ideally 2 out of 3 or preferably 3 out of 3 indicators, I would like to make an entry. I would open a long trade position as close to possible to the support level while keeping in mind that this would be a short-term trade. Pretty much all day trading should be a short-term trade. You shouldn't hold on for very long. I usually always also go in with half of my total intended position unless every indicator is giving me the buy signal. I rarely go all in unless I get 3 or more positive technical signs. I would then average out my selling positions by 1/2 or 1/3 until I get to my goal. For my swing traders out there, taking a look at the 4-hour chart, you can see the recent indecision in price. This is normal after a strong increase in price like we saw recently. Another thing that is normal is for patterns to repeat themselves. You'd be surprised this happens more often than usual with cryptocurrency, as the price is often motivated by hype and momentum as compared to corporate greed. Anyways, looking at the 4-hour chart, we can see a green/red pattern forming. Just be mindful of this. It does tell us there's still indecision in price. Another pattern that occurred that could occur again is the bull flag. This is one of my favorite patterns because it takes shape when the currency retraces by going sideways essentially. It slowly declines. And what that does, it happens after initial big raise in price. So in other words, the bulls push really, really hard, they get fought off by the bears, and it slowly tapers off until the point where the bulls are sick of it and they go on another bull run. So take a look at the chart, you can kind of see that there. Now, me personally, in this situation as a swing trader, I would wait for the price to drop a little bit more if I was planning to go long. The reason for this is because the MACD is showing its momentum is currently lost. So if you look down below, you can kind of see the indicator. It is essentially tapering off and starting to decline. That is a sign to possibly consider shorting or holding on until you find a good entry for a long position. Also, note this as well. Looking at the previous MACD pattern, it doesn't appear to be ready for a breakout right now as well, because if it does follow the same suit, then you'll see that it would essentially drop before it increases. So I feel like that's going to continue. Again, patterns repeat themselves, but they don't always have to. All right, so get used to me saying that, because that's a very true statement in currency exchange. So just be aware of that. The RSA is actually in good shape though, so keep that in mind too. At this point in time, the RSA looks good, but again, it's the only indicator that's giving me a positive technical sign to go long. And I only prefer to invest when I have at least 3 indicators, sometimes 2, but typically 3 indicators give me a positive technical sign. Now, if I was feeling bearish in this scenario, I would wait until after the RSI is overextended, quite possibly in the 80s, and then see where the price hits. If the price hits a resistance level and holds for maybe 2 15-minute red bars, then I would consider a swing trade. I always like to when swing trading, I'm always going back and forth between the 15-minute and a 4-hour time frames. So keep that in mind. There are indicators on both that you can use that are helpful and beneficial. So using the 15-minute chart to identify how what kind of green or red bars you're having that are closing tells you a lot about momentum and control of bears versus bulls, right? Once I get both indications of a sell signal, I would only put in about 20% of my trade position until I keep getting confirmations it's moving down. You'll learn this about me. When I short, I always like to sell in small portions, usually right around 20% at a time. This ensures I'm profitable. I do it for me personally. It's always worked well for me because I used to go all in and I used to get destroyed. So I want the same for you in that sense to be profitable. So don't dive deep. Don't just go all in unless you're going to be planning to hold on for dear life, which is perfectly fine in this scenario because this climate allows for it. Unless you're planning to do that, there's no reason to go all in. Okay. Sure, you'll miss some opportunities, but I've been burned so many times that it's not really worth a complete all in unless you have a lot of indicators. So please just be mindful of that. And as per usual, I can't stress this enough. Make sure you set a target, and if you don't hit your target, just get out and take your profits. The key to profitable trading is really just to survive to trade another day. All right, so we got to survive in this industry. It's tumultuous. It can be challenging sometimes, but if you mitigate your losses and maximize your gains, you're always going to be in a pretty good position. If you find benefit from this content, please like and subscribe. I do want to wish you the best luck on your trades. That is the purpose of these videos here. So just go ahead and let me know what we can do to improve, but more importantly, is there anything else that you're holding, anything else you want me to make sure to cover and analyze? Let me know in the comments below, or feel free to reach out to my social media. My Instagram is CryptoCashTech or hashtag CryptoCashTech for Twitter. Also, of course, comment below, let me know so we can all grow together and build our wealth, right? That's the whole purpose here. So thanks so much for watching. We'll go ahead and see you again soon. Have a great rest of your day.